Death Watch.
All right. Welcome back. So now, if you'll remember, you had moved into this cave system, this tunnel, and at the end of last session, you'd come to an area that showed signs of habitation, even though it's a relatively narrow tunnel. And as Rohan went to investigate one of those signs of habitation, someone stepped out of the very stone of the wall, and that's where we left off. So this person who stepped out of the stone is, like I had said, you could see that she's an elf, and there's not much difference between, any other elven woman you've met and her initially. But now that you take a close look, you can see that, she's dressed all in dark armor, and her eyes have a red ring around them, and they're sort of glowing in the dark here, sort of. They flash a little bit, and you can tell that as she looks at you, it's a look that can only be described as hatred. So that's who comes to stand out. And like I'd said, she'd spoken, and you couldn't understand what she said, and it was frustrating because it's clearly the elven tongue, but just different enough that you're not able to understand what she's saying. So let me get you a good description here of this particular woman. All right, so she had stepped out, and she's wearing banded mail, all black, of course. And you can see a crossbow hanging from her belt. Right now, she's got a longsword in one hand, and then you have a momentary lurch in your mind as you tumble dangerously close to insanity, because you were certain that in her other hand she held a kukri, which was a weapon I described last time that you haven't seen before, but that looks pretty deadly. But now you realize that was never true. She actually holds a shield. It was as if the very gods had forgotten. So she's got a light shield in her other hand and a long sword. And so you can see she's got extra crossbow bolts. She has a bandolier, a lot like what you guys have, that has potions in it. You can see a ring on one of her fingers that looks exceptionally well made, and the chain of an amulet that disappears beneath her armor. Her weapons and armor all clearly exhibit some enhancement to them, some magical enhancement. For example, and what seems to be true for all of her items that exhibit this is that they seem to be very, very well made, but they have a dim, like a almost sickly looking red glow, whereas your items would glow blue, or in Fenrith's case, they glow white now. Hers glow red, but it's a red that looks like it's come down with a nasty virus or something. It doesn't seem healthy. But hers are glowing, and right now yours are not, and she has her weapons drawn, and she had said something you couldn't recognize. But her intent is clear. What do you do?
So I'll kind of hold my bow out to the side, showing no signs of aggression, and try and do calming gestures that I would normally use for animals.
Handle animal.
Yep, basically. And try and back away slowly, show her that we're not trying to attack or be aggressive. And I'm going to try and speak to her in, as simple of Elven as I can, and tell her we're not enemies.
No harm.
Yeah,
okay.
No hurt.
All right. Yeah. So you try that.
Do you want any kind of diplomacy or?
Yeah. Try diplomacy if that's what you want to try.
I'd rather not. Can I do handle animal instead?
No.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm not the right person to try and do diplomacy.
All right. So you try this with her, and she's looking at you, hatred dripping off her face, and she does this grin that has no mirth in it, and you can see that her teeth have been filed to points, all of them, because they're remarkably clean. So they kind of flash in the night or in the darkness, but they've all been filed to points. And she takes her sword and taps the stone wall next to her, and you can see that red glow flare a bit as she does so. Right. So she taps the stone wall with her longsword, and you can see that sickly red energy flare a bit, and the loud clang echoes throughout this tunnel. And let's see. We'll do... Yeah, so you hear that loud clang, and she lifts her sword and her shield and gets into a ready position. And then... Rohan, something slams right into your chest, doing 12 points of damage to you.
Okay.
Roll initiative.
20's on initiative. Such a waste.
It's not a waste if you're avenging Rohan.
Did you just declare me dead?
Oh,
Did I
by
say
the way,
anything
Rohan,
about being dead?
you're dead.
Graham.
We've still got at least 2 more rounds.
So, Graham, you hear something come out of the darkness further on, and you can hear the sound of it thunk into Rohan. When you're looking at him, you don't see an arrow, but something definitely flew out of the darkness back there and struck him. And then, as you look down at the ground, you can see a little ball like fall out of his armor where he's bleeding and roll across the floor like a sling bullet. Right.
Okay. So I will assume a defensive posture first and foremost. And then I will click on my haste boots and move here.
Right. So I should have reminded you, but your magic stuff wasn't
they don't work. All right. Well, ignore the haste boots then. And that uses up my turn. I will ready my spear if I need to.
Did the combat tracker pop up automatically for you guys when you started?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I had mine open.
It had in the past it used to.
All right. So this woman with the sword and the shield, she's got herself readied in a position, but she's taking a defensive stance right now.
Typical.
That will bring us to Casimir.
All right. Guess I'll try to cast a spell here. What are the rules on it?
Yeah, what spell did you want to cast?
Shield on myself.
I will do a thing.
Okay.
And then Brandon does a thing. I wanted to cross class into Paladin, but I'm not lawful good.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
All right. Yeah, so you go through the motions of casting this, and it feels like you're it's like walking underwater, basically. It's really difficult. The words, the motions, whatever, they don't come to mind until the last possible second. But you manage it, and you feel the power of the spell flow out of you and through you.
Okay. And then I'll move up to there.
You
Okay.
just face through the wall.
Where is it? There.
He can do that.
There we go.
It's that earth hero with the earth ability.
All right.
That's our torchlight, Brandon.
So none of our magic items are working. Do you want us to minus all the necessary pluses, or are you just going to add it to their attacks?
Yeah, I'll work it out on my end.
Okay.
And
No, nice. We're all getting hit.
yeah, so you can see that other one I put up, right?
The 80-foot one.
Yeah, that's the area you can see in shadowy.
Okay. Torches.
That'll make that easy. Yeah. All right, Rohan. So another comes whistling out of the darkness, and
Critical hits.
yeah, this one strikes you right in the forehead.
Oh, man.
So this hits you in the forehead, and you're like,
Rings the old whatever armor he's got on there.
yeah, and so you pop your head back, and you're kind of at that point where you don't know if it hit and glanced off or if it went through and it's in there rattling around right now, and you're having trouble focusing on anything else. But it definitely had an effect on you. And then luckily you hear it more than see it roll down the front of you and hit the ground.
Okay.
And that's your move. Hang on, let me do something real quick. Okay, go ahead.
I'm going to target the only enemy I can see, the she-elf,
Okay.
and do a full attack. Do I need to minus anything for my...
Yeah, so you need to minus your enhancement bonus from each attack.
Okay, and the bracers as well? Or-
Yeah, so you'll need to take 4 off there.
Okay.
Where else? That's all you get magically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so remove 4
Okay.
per attack.
I was targeting her. I dropped the dice on her. I don't know why it didn't show me attacking her. So, Brandon, did any of those hit?
All right, so you pull out your arrows, and it feels so strange because you don't feel the power of the magic, but you also don't feel that connection that you've gotten so used to with your weapon. But you shoot these arrows at, and
Well, one was a critical miss. So.
yeah, both of the ones that hit, they just slam into her shield and fall to the ground, and the other one glances off the wall and goes skipping into the darkness.
Okay.
And you can hear her laugh, this vicious, hateful laugh from behind her shield.
Okay, that's all I've got.
Okay. That brings us to Fenrith. Yeah, so you can see this going on. Like, you don't have a very good view of that elf woman up there to know what's happening, but you do see Rohan returning fire, and you're definitely aware that something's been coming out of the darkness and hitting Rohan.
I don't see my token on there, Brendan.
South of
Yeah.
Casimir.
Do you see it
It's
now?
just a green box.
Yeah, that's what I got as well. Just move your green box.
I can't.
Let's see if I can move him. Where did you want to go?
I'd like to see.
In front of Rohan?
Yes, I like...
Yeah, so just straight ahead, right next to that elf.
Right.
That'd
There?
yeah, I'll charge, draw my sword as part of move action, and bring it down.
You guys can move each other's token.
I don't know, he just moved a green box. There's no token there for me.
Why
So,
don't you...
I'll be Casimir now. Moving around. Do-do-do. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, so you move up there
Yeah.
to her. Okay. Yeah, you can see behind her shield, she gets a vicious smile as you approach. What else?
So, bring my sword down on her.
Okay, so you slash with your sword.
Yeah.
So you'll need to do a -2. What else gives you a bonus to your attacks?
So, yeah, I don't
I think that's
think I have anything else that gives me a bonus.
I don't either. So
Yeah.
do a -2
Yep.
in the box and roll your
Let's do
attack.
attack roll. Oh, I didn't target her. It didn't even. Oh, never mind. Didn't add any of the bonus or any of my bonuses. But
That's okay. Do it again.
all right.
Target her and roll it.
Am I targeting her now? No. There it is. Okay. So -2. Did that roll on her?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't. There. All right.
All right. So yeah, you move up there, and you.
Oh, I didn't add the +2 for the charge.
That's okay. You charge up there and you take a swing, but between her sword and her shield, it's ineffective. And that brings us back to you, Graham.
Our wands and stuff were working last time, weren't they?
Yeah.
So I'll drop my spear and pull out the wand of magic missiles and try to activate it.
Into the darkness.
Here's use magic device. Got precisely what I needed.
Yes.
And here's the damage from that magic missile. Oh. 2 1s. So 4 damage.
Yeah. So you see these little darts shoot out of that wand, and they slam into her, and she definitely reacts to it. They hit her in the thigh. What else do you do?
That's my whole turn. Although I'll use my free action to set my dodge against Savage Elf Warrior.
Okay. All right. So she's sort of sizing you up, Fenrith. You attacked her and she blocked with her shield, and so now she's doing like little faint movements to sort of gauge your defenses, but she strikes out at you with her sword. But it's a miss. Clangs against your armor, falls effectively to the side. And that brings us to Casimir. Do something here.
All right, I'm going to move up to her, and I'm going to attempt to trip her. So this is a touch attack.
That is a hit.
All right, now she gets to do strength or dex versus my strength. Yeah, for her, it's whichever's higher. Again. Oh, boo.
Okay. Yeah, so she won the strength check.
If she wants, she can attempt to trip me.
No, she won't.
All right, that's my turn.
Are our amulets of constitution not working either?
Right.
Because that drops my hit points by 30.
Yeah, they're not working right now. Okay. All right. That brings us back to you, Rohan. Hang on a second. All right. So now it's your turn, Rohan. And so every one of you hear this this odd sound that you recognize is not coming from the environment. It's like coming from your own head, and it's the sound of like scratching or paper tearing is a good, the sound of paper tearing. You can hear it in your ears, and then all of a sudden your whole body's racked with just incredible pain, the kind that makes you stand straight up, and it makes your muscles clench so tightly you're afraid they might break your bones. Let me do a roll for you guys here. All right. So what happens here is you feel as if, underneath your armor, for example, or your boots or your amulet, where the chain wraps around your neck, or where your ring is on your fingers, you can feel like it being stabbed by a million little needles all over your body. And it does 10 damage to each of you. And you can feel a moment where it feels like you could lose consciousness, but you fight through it. And this all happens in the space of a second that feels like an hour. And when you come to again, you can focus on something besides that pain. You realize that the whole area is lit up now with the glow of all your equipment coming to life, all of the magic returning. Seemingly even stronger than you would expect it to be. Like it's like your armor and weapons themselves are elated to finally be re-energized.
Okay.
If that makes sense. But even after that, you still clearly feel these needles is a good explanation for the sensation stabbed into your body. And in fact, you can see some of them. Like when you look at your ring, you can clearly see where it's little tiny needles have come out of it and stabbed into your finger. So anyway, now it's your turn, Rohan. That all happened in the blink of an eye, but you still feel that incredible pain. But certainly, you also feel energized with the magic returning.
All right. I'll target her again.
All right, so this time it feels like it used to, and you can see the electricity pulsing along your bow, arching to the arrows and your fingers, and in quick succession you shoot 3 arrows out. All of them get past her defenses. Roll for damage. Okay. Yeah, so all of these arrows slip past her defenses and stick into various parts. One of them got her in the leg, another in the shoulder, and the other one somewhere in her abdomen, and you can hear a grunt of pain and then some utterance of understandable rage. Anything else you want to do?
I'm actually going to 5-foot step up behind Fenrith and Casimir.
Okay.
Heal, buff, heal.
Now with my amulet no longer gone, I'm not on the verge of death anymore.
You want to end your turn?
No, I don't.
But I can't do nothing.
All right, Fenrith, that brings us to you. So you felt the same thing, but now your armor and your sword glow bright white, and you feel the power flowing through you. What do you do?
So, I guess how did that work for our spells?
Well, I had described that you still had your spells. It just didn't feel
Solid.
Solid.
Real.
But now they do.
Now it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, I will cast defensively, and then I will heal Rohan.
Okay.
So I will convert my. How bad are you? 50.
Yeah.
I will convert my True Seeing level 5 to a heal critical.
Okay.
I don't think my macro is right. We're level 10, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll just add one more hit point to whatever this turns out to be. So 35.
Okay.
Because it only had my 9th level bonus.
Added it.
All right.
And then that'll be that turn.
All right. So you step up there and you grab Rohan and you can feel the healing energy flowing into him. It does feel different though. In the past, whenever you've cast spells, you've gotten the clear understanding and sensation that this power is coming from Coralon. And
Okay.
that doesn't feel that way this time.
Where
It
is
still has the same effects it normally does, but now you're feeling like as if all of a sudden that feeling you get when you haven't eaten in 2 days or when you just ran,
So like it's being
3
drawn
miles.
from me.
That's
rather
definitely
than
the sensation
Okay.
you feel. Yeah.
Does it feel like it's going to?
to the ring. Yeah,
Corey.
does it feel like it's coming through the ring?
No,
Like being sucked through?
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And all of your equipment is
Oh, okay.
all of it, right? Like even where you hold your sword, you can feel it biting into your hand, right?
I'll bite it back.
All right. So when this happens, and the obvious signs of this magic healing, and then the return of your magic, this woman, her eyes flash. It's like suddenly she's realized like that she needs to take this seriously.
The dog got off the leash.
Right. So she'll attack you, Casimir.
All right.
She'll do a full attack on you. All right. So
Oh, it was only a level 4 spell.
what's your AC?
It should be 23 right now.
All right. So one of her attacks misses, but the next is a critical
Okay.
and apply. Right. So she, she steps forward and she does her swordsmanship display, and one of her attacks glances, you're able to block it or whatever, but the other one bites into you and it 18, and then it also, you hear this massive explosion as her sword bites into you,
All right.
for another 6 damage there. I'll update have you targeted properly. And right, also, so do a fortitude save, Casimir. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you hear this tremendous explosion. Everybody does, and it reverberates off the walls and echoes, and it's very jarring. And that's brings us to you, Casimir.
All right. I guess I'll full attack. I'll -5 from the attack and add it to my damage.
Okay.
I'll be wielding my trident two-handed.
All right.
I figure those are misses.
Yeah, so let's see, where are we? Yeah,
All right.
Your attacks miss. She's able to fend them off with her shield. And then she shouts something, once again, that you don't understand. And let's see. So Fenrith, now these sling bullets fly out of the air and slam into you. One of them is ineffective, just clangs off your armor, but the other one scores a solid hit and does 12 damage to you.
Okay.
And Rohan, that brings us to you.
Does Graham get a turn?
Yeah, you skipped Graham at the beginning.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Graham.
That's
I don't
okay.
know why that happened, but yeah, go ahead, Graham.
I'll just advance on the Savage Elf Warrior and activate that wand again. This time I failed,
Okay.
but I did not fail by a vast amount. So I'll just shake it and put it away.
Okay.
And that ends my turn.
With my last few shots, was the electricity on them again?
Yeah.
So the arrows like put off light and crackling as they went.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to target her with the first 2 shots, and then I'm going to blind fire down the tunnel towards.
Oh, I see.
Just
Okay.
in kind of a general area, so we can
Yeah.
illuminate the area a little bit and have a very small chance of actually hitting something.
Good idea. Okay. All right. So that's 2 hits.
And then the last one will be the blind fire towards anything.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So which one of us do you hit, Justin?
Yeah.
Hopefully I just shot it over your shoulder and bounced it
Not with a
down.
1.
But anyway, these are the damage for her.
Okay.
So those 2.
All right. Yeah. So those 2 electrified arrows stick into her, and you can hear a grunt, and you definitely hurt her for sure. And then that other one you fire out over over their shoulder down further through the tunnel, and it does offer some illumination. But let me see if anybody sees anything here. No, nobody sees anything.
Okay.
And that brings us to Fenrith.
How big is this? It's a cave, right, or a tunnel?
Yeah, it's a tunnel.
How big is it?
Um,
How tall?
Yeah, and wide.
Well, we see how wide it is.
yeah, I mean, you can see on the map that it's around 10 feet wide where you are, and then a little bit further it widens out some, but then narrows back down. In the shadowy area that you look at, you can see that about 40, 50 feet beyond that elf, it widens out even more. And then as far as the ceiling, it's probably, where you're at, it's about 8 feet. And it gets lower up until that point where it widens out much more. And then you can't tell, but it's 8 feet here. And then beyond your torchlight, it comes down to about 6 feet.
Okay. So, trying to see, did this have our height and weight anywhere?
Yeah, it should be in the notes tab of your character sheet.
Notes. Oh, apparently I never input that.
No, but you're probably about 5'4" or 5'5".
That's 5'1".
Okay.
Because I think I'm the smallest one of the group.
Yeah. Casimir's a giant.
Yeah, it's just because I put in. I hate actual elf height, so I just
Yeah.
cheated.
What'd you put in?
5'8". Wow. Well, I keep forgetting to talk to Brandon about it, but I was like,
All right.
I was thinking I could, back in the time when I was making them, that I could probably talk Brandon into making them like Lord of the Rings elf height
Yeah.
eventually, like going fair. But I forgot.
Yeah, I'd never allow it. Elves are, everybody knows elves are weak and pathetic, and that just comes with being. Right, so Fenrith, what do you want to do? 10 seconds.
So I'm gonna do divine power on myself. I'm gonna untarget and then target. I can't target myself, can I?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm still a green nothing.
No,
right,
do it in
well,
the
when-
tracker. Just click yourself in the tracker.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Okay. So
All right,
did
yeah.
that change my?
It didn't, because your spell list, all the changes I made didn't go through. So you'll just have to do, you get a +6 bonus to
Sad.
strength, and then 10 temporary hit points.
Well, and my attack bonus is equal to my level.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah, so what level are you
We're level 10.
what level of spell is that?
Oh, that's a fourth, or let me double check. Yeah, 4th level spell. And then I will. Could you 5-foot me forward, Justin?
Onto her?
No, just, yeah, right there. And then back up to Graham.
Yeah, Graham, your move.
Okay, I'll mutter to myself, maybe my other magic works, and I'll fish a scroll out of my backpack.
Oh, right. That reminds me. So you put that wand away, and when you go to put the wand away, you notice that blood tooth is in your hand
Even though I dropped them
with the wand. So it's like you think maybe that's why you messed up with the wand, because suddenly blood tooth's in your hand as well.
Okay.
But he's there. You can feel him, and he's like muttering in your head how badly he wants to gut something.
You're right, Bloodtooth. Sorry. You were a spear again for a little while. And I'll change my course of action then and click on my haste boots and try to tumble around
Okay.
for flanking. Just that tumble roll.
Uh,
It's got what I needed,
yeah,
though.
that's still.
Barely. That's good to know, though. All right. And then I will stab her.
All right. So, yeah, you tumble through there and come up behind her and you stab at her, but Bloodtooth doesn't penetrate through the banded mail.
Did you add the +2
Flanking.
for flanking?
I didn't, so it would have been 22.
Eke every little bit out.
Yeah.
Well, that would hit then.
Thanks for remembering. All right, so here's the damage from the weapon
Okay.
and the sneak attack, assuming she can be sneak attacked. And I'll be yelling,
What are you yelling?
inarticulate. Like, try to think of Nick Cage and Face Off when he's like, die.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
No, actually, I just had an image of you rolling along the ground, screaming inarticulate.
All right.
Tumble around.
Kind of Monty Python's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you tumble through that area while, she's slashing at Casimir there. You tumble through and you come up behind her and you slide Bloodtooth between her ribs. And, you guys that are in front of her can see the surprise on her face. Like, it's almost jarring how shocked she is at this turn of events. And, then she dies, just falls forward and dies on the ground there.
I'd like to change that as Casimir catches her, slowly takes her to the ground.
Why would I do that?
All right.
Because
Is that your
you're
move,
going to
Graham?
meld her into the stone.
Yes, sir. Let me pass it on.
That's your signature move now. Jesus.
Let's see.
Well, now there's the guy back wherever.
Everybody, all four of you make a reflex save.
Oh, you're
Man, why do I gotta roll low? Yours knocked mine over.
Yeah, but
I got the lowest.
jeez.
Oh, man.
All
This a
of that
trap?
Should be.
No.
Yeah, she becomes a trap.
My best save.
Payback
Fails.
for all that chain lightning you trip.
All right.
Was that you?
Yeah.
This is that wizard hanging out
All
in
right.
the
So
shadows over there.
as she dies, her armor and her weapons, they flare really brightly and then explode. And there's not really any sound to it other than the sound of the shrapnel flying in the confines. And the rest of you are able to, you pull up your shield or you move your cloak or whatever, and it doesn't
Right
harm
behind
you.
Casimir.
But Graham, you take 18 points of damage.
You must have hugged her as you stabbed her.
Oh yeah, one arm around the neck as he jams the knife into the kidney.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to gut her. He's just on the wrong side, so he's got to
yeah.
get through the back.
But her body's still laying there. It's just mangled. And that is you, Casimir. That brings us to your turn.
All right, I'll move 40 feet up, see if I can see anything.
Let me move the light.
So yeah, that's a move action.
All right. So yeah, when you get there, you see this this person is clearly a halfling. At first, because you walk up and you see him and you immediately think child, but as you get close enough that you see
It's got some mutton chops or something.
it's a halfling. No, it's a clean shaven face. It's just his stature and the general shape that gives away he's a halfling. Other than that, he doesn't look like the other halfling you've met.
Now she's my avatar.
So this one, it doesn't have like the big belly you would expect, and certainly doesn't have the jovial expression or the friendly eyes. He's got the halfling stature, but he's really packed with hard muscle, and he's also wearing black armor that glows red, and he's got weapons that glow red, and his teeth have been filed into sharp points as well. So this guy, he's got a sling that he's, then it's glowing red, and he's twirling it almost lazily as he looks at you. He's certainly not afraid, even though his companion died. He has the same thing with the bandolier of potions.
All right. Then I'll take a second move action, and I'll go to there, and that's my turn.
He's also got a pole arm leaning up against the wall next to him as well.
Now we just got to stop him from casting them spells. Right, John?
Yep. Just sunder his fingers.
I don't got that feat.
Oh.
I got improved disarm, though, so I'm thinking about doing
So
that.
just start snapping them off.
Disarm his fingers.
Yeah.
He steps back here and snatches his pole arm up on the way.
Oh, I can't.
You should be able to see him from me, right?
No, I mean the wall.
Oh,
Line of sight is not good from where I am.
Would that provoke an attack of opportunity, or did he
No.
tumble out of it or something?
No, it doesn't. Rohan, your turn.
All right. So I caught a glimpse.
And he whistles as he steps back. He does like this whistle. And I won't do it because I don't really whistle very well in real life, but it sounds awesome.
yeah. It's a perfect whistle.
Yeah.
Type that hurts your ears just slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I can't see him currently, so I'm going to move up 60 feet. Put me there. That's my turn on to Fenrith.
All right, Fenrith.
All right, so I am going to reach over and get a cure on Graham. We'll go. So I will. I'll drop out one of my dispel magic for a cure serious.
Okay.
Need to add one to this. So
One more
yeah,
healing.
one extra healing.
Thanks, Frenus. I was about to drink my potion.
Put it away, Graham. And then I'll activate my haste boots move. Let's see, 40 feet. So could you move me straight forward 40 feet? Thank you.
There you go.
And that will be that.
All right. Graham.
Okay, so I'll move up 60 feet.
Who has the light?
I do.
Okay, you've got the torch. All right.
Did we leave you in the darkness?
No, I'm up there.
Once our
You
magic
just
items
passed
are
me.
glowing, we're good.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And then I'm going to ready a move action to get in a sneak attack spot as soon as it's available. And I'll set my dodge against the savage halfling.
All right. So as you move up there, you see up here behind this corner headed towards you, this creature that looks a lot like a dog at first, but it's clearly not. Have you guys ever seen a warg?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, we haven't
Well,
encountered one
I mean,
yet.
it's like a wolf, but it's just bigger and stronger, and it looks mean. This one has a saddle on it. It's got really, really sharp teeth and evil eyes, slobbering as it heads towards you guys. This one also has armor on, like chainmail. And what you've noticed about that woman and this halfling, and now this warg, is that all their armor looks the same, even if it's a different type. It seems to be made of the same material. And this one's got some chainmail on that seems to be made of that material. That also has that glow. But Casimir, your turn.
All right. I will move up, and I will. I guess I can 5 foot diagonally. So move to there, and I will.
You can. You just can't around a corner.
Oh yeah. So I guess I'll 5 foot and I'll full attack. The
Okay.
first one will be first one will be a normal attack. Second will be a trip. So first one's a touch attack. I saw one. What was it?
Yeah.
Were they both ones?
Yeah, both of
No.
those attacks miss. The second one was a 1. So yeah, both attacks miss. His defense is too good.
All right.
All right, that brings us to him, right? So he mutters something that's clearly a curse in nature at you, and he's twirling this glaive around, and he steps over here, and he'll attack you. This is a reach weapon, so he's got some distance on you, and he starts stabbing at you with it.
Yeah.
It seems to have rolled more than it should have.
And it was at me.
Oh, I see. I've got 2 people targeted. Okay, so forget Fenrith. Obviously, we'll just focus on Casimir here.
Yeah, Fenrith doesn't matter.
I don't even have a token.
You do on my screen. You matter to me.
You're the only one who cares, bro.
I didn't say I cared. I just said you matter.
Yeah, I think he joined with the warg.
No, I made a error in trying to untarget Fenrith.
No, he's disappeared.
He's back.
There. Oh, Fenrith, yeah. But I'm pretending that he doesn't.
So, now this is going to make it more difficult, but Casimir, first attack hits you, and the second attack hits you. So as he's stabbing out with this glaive, you can see ice covering the head of it and the hilt of it. It's got that weird red glow to it that sort of reflects on the ice, but we're going to have to do this manually since I accidentally deleted him. But 2 hits. Did that do it to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, yeah, so let me do the second one here. Yeah, so he stabs you real good with this thing, and you can feel you're not immune to cold.
No.
So you can feel the cold leaching through you, and that's his move. All right, so this warg comes up beside this halfling here, and it's got its shoulders hunched down, and it's looking at you, Casimir, and it's baring its fangs. But it doesn't move beyond that, just comes to stand right next to him. And then Rohan, that brings us to you.
Warg, an animal?
Yep, I'm going to target the warg.
Do you have some sort of sixth sense for that? Like,
Well, it's not an animal, but
Oh, so I don't get the
no,
bonus?
you don't.
Okay. I'm still going to target it anyway. And fire 3 arrows at it as it leans down.
See, two hits.
2.
Yeah, so 2 of your arrows hit. So go ahead and roll damage. All right, yeah, so 2 of these arrows thunk into it. But it doesn't seem to react very much. Like, it flinches a little as they sink in, but doesn't give any yelps or anything.
Okay.
You do see him, grab hold of the arrow shaft with his teeth and pull one of them out. Anything else?
I'll 5 foot up behind Graham.
Okay.
I'm not a shield.
You are to me. No.
All right.
On the
Bring us to you, Fenrith.
All right. So, I'll go here, and I will cast a heal on Casimir. As I will, I'll drop out Airwalk for Cure Critical. So it's 27 that you'll need to add 1 more back.
okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then, back up to Graham.
All right. Graham, had you used your boots after the magic came back?
Yeah,
Your haste? Okay.
they're counting down right now.
All right. Your move.
I go, why don't you guys attack them? And I'll harumph in frustration and drop the torch
Had to heal people.
on the ground and pull out the wand of magic missiles again.
Okay.
And I'll fire it off at Savage Halfling. Let's see if it works this time. It's a faulty rod wand.
Yay.
All right. Let's see. Rolled a 1 and a 4.
Yeah, so these 2 darts, they unerringly strike this halfling. And he does like a savage growl, and he bares his teeth at you.
Savagely.
Anything else?
That's it for me.
All right, Casimir.
All right, I'll 5 foot back and ready my net as part of that. And then I will throw it against both of them, the Savage Halfling and the Warg.
Okay.
So this is a touch attack, hopefully against both of them.
Yay. Nice.
All right, so you got a critical
threw
threat.
that.
Oh, that doesn't matter for it.
Critical net.
But you did hit, you see, you got the warg. So you'll have to roll it again, I guess. against the halfling. I'm not seeing it show up for the
I
halfling.
saw both dice get rolled.
But it was
That
a
was the
critical.
confirm
Yeah.
roll because it
Okay.
automatically does it. So
Maybe I'm not targeting them.
There you
That's
go.
what it is. I'm
Yeah.
not targeting them.
well, that would still that'd be good enough to hit him.
All right. So they.
Well, hang on.
Hmm?
Yeah, that would hit them both.
Okay. So they're entangled. -2 to attack rolls. -4 on dex. Can only move half speed. Cannot charge or run. 15 plus.
Denied their dex?
It's going to take a. It's a
in
-4 to dex,
Oh.
not denied.
Oh.
Dang.
And it's a DC 20 escape artist check or a DC 25 strength to burst. And then they take 2d6 electrical damage from the net. Hopefully that applied it to both of them.
It rolled the critical. No, it didn't. Okay.
I should have the critical set to 0 on it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I guess I will continue to control the leash on the net or the line. And that's my turn.
So, can you drop them prone in that? Oh.
I'm just controlling how far they can run away and what all they can do. So they can move towards us. Yeah.
So we're all right. Let's see. Okay. All right. So this is that. So the halfling, you can hear him obviously cursing as he's fighting with this net, and he's getting zapped by the electricity. But he will try to escape artist it, and that's a DC 20. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. That's not what he'll try to do. Okay. And then the warg. Yeah, so the warg, let's see, what was it for the strength?
25.
Yeah, so he breaks free of it
He just
by sheer strength.
flexes.
All right.
But the halfling is still ensnared by it. Now, what happens when someone breaks it?
I'm looking for that right now.
Okay, disappears immediately and will return to your belt folded and ready for use at the next sunrise or sunset.
So I'm guessing the halfling's now out of the net as well.
Yeah, it's just he doesn't realize it quite yet
Nah.
because it just disappears. But Rohan, your turn.
Still targeting the warg. I'll take another step forward and unleash a volley of arrows at it. I always get that one or two.
All right, so you've got your arrows flying. Let's see, what do we got? 2 of them hit.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
Pretty
So
good.
you see these sink in, and this time he does yelp, and especially as the electricity's zapping him.
Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Fenrith.
All right. How tall is this now?
Well, in this area now, you got about 10 feet.
All right. So I will righteous smite. So
this one is the one that increases your size.
yeah. So go up by 1 size category, doubles my height, and multiplies my weight by 8, and then increases my strength by +8. Strength by +8, Constitution +4, +4 enhancement to my natural armor, and damage reduction 5 evil. Let's see. I believe that is it.
That's a good human shield.
But he's not human.
Elven shield.
There you are. Me too. So yeah, he grows right in front of you, just sprouts up, and now you've got a giant plate armored paladin in front of all of you.
You threatened further now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Beautiful.
they're in my range right now.
Excellent.
I'm gonna 5 foot forward though, so that if they try to back up, it counts, right? Isn't that how it works? Counts as an attack of opportunity since they're still within my threatened range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Graham's turn.
All right, I'm going to tumble up. Get in the spot.
You just moved through all of my threatened ranges.
How many rolls do I get?
That was,
All right, here's
every
for the-
5 feet.
Tumble, Brandon.
It's a nice roll.
Right, and
You
then I'll
succeed in your tumble.
try to sneak attack this warg. Let me put that +2 in there this time. What is it? These low rolls.
Okay. Yeah, you get yourself into a good position, but you just can't tell with all the fur. So you just, stab
Right.
into fur and it doesn't hurt him.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Casimir.
Attack opportunity against me. I'm going to move to here.
Okay. He'll take that attack of opportunity. He'll opportunistically attack.
Shameless opportunity.
But he misses.
All right. And I will attempt to trip him. So, touch attack here.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
So, strength or dex -4 because he's one size category smaller than medium versus my strength or dex +4 for improved. Trip. Come on.
You rolled a 2. He rolled a 1.
I'll take it.
So you still won.
Immediate attack of opportunity from my feet. One-handed single attack.
Hang on. That makes him prone.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put that on him.
You might also want to remove their entangled too, which might have affected his roll if it's auto doing that.
It wouldn't have mattered.
Okay.
Is Graham freaking
Okay.
out now?
Go ahead. Prone.
Oh my god, who do I choose?
Critical threat. Critical hit.
All right.
Nice.
Two-handed single attack.
Yeah, so you get this critical hit.
Nice hit, Casimir.
You stab into him and you can feel that surge. Everybody hears the sound of like boulders rolling down a hill. And that's just, you just hear that, but you actually see, I don't like making, calling out real life stuff, but when you had that effect on your sword in like Final Fantasy 11,
Yeah.
what was it called?
In fire, in stone.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So to you, it looks like stones actually appear and slam into him when you stab him. But yeah, you do a severe amount of damage to him. And he cries out in obvious pain without the savagery that he exhibited before.
He's a savage halfling. I think he'd savagely cry out in pain.
Let's see, that makes it his turn. Yeah, so at this point, all he does is reach out towards his warg. He's grabbed a hold of the stirrup there.
Cut the straps. Way when the word takes off, he stays here.
Well, the warg is going to take off now. You can hear him say something, and the warg just turns and goes, dragging this halfling, which will provoke attacks of opportunity from you three.
All right.
Don't mind if I do.
So we'll go Graham first. Do you want to take your attack? Which do you attack?
I guess I'll go for the
Do you get multiple?
just one.
Do you have Okay.
I'll try to do it on the halfling as he's being dragged behind. Or did he mount?
No. He's just
got
grabbed a
double
hold of
grab
the stirrup.
So he's still prone.
So he's prone.
Yeah, so here's my attack of opportunity.
Okay, that's a hit. Roll for damage.
Sneak attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it does still qualify for sneak.
Technically flanked about wherever he moved.
Do you want to hit the warg first, or do you have reach with that? Right?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Graham the throat slitter.
I just held the blade out and let the dragon do the work.
Nah, the second the halfling reached his arm out, Graham just starts sawing at his armpit until he hits that artery in there.
I'll take mine on the warg.
Yeah, unless you want to hit the corpse.
Well, I never know.
Show him who's boss. Or me. You're not... I was like, you don't got attack opportunity against me.
Hang on one second.
Okay.
These are those moments where I'm glad you're not Maddox. Because the battle is calming down.
There's only one creature left.
Yeah, there's only one creature left. And at this point with that group, we would have all begun our fleeing tactics.
At least that group kind of thought about it. This group would be in trouble. I don't think we have any distractions.
I think I got a summon monster in that room. That's it.
Because I know that was one idea, was like summon a bunch of badgers or something while we get out of there.
That was the main idea.
Yeah, I'd use like a level 4 summon monster to just flood the field with badgers for him to chew up while we fled.
Well, Brandon eventually just got got a dimension door out of there all the time.
Yeah, and
Then I was invisible flying away.
That didn't matter though.
Yeah, not after we got the bandanas.
yeah, and I got teleport as a last resort as well.
All right. So you had rolled your attack. It
Yeah.
says you hit, but you did not.
With a 29?
Yeah. Now go ahead, Casimir.
I don't get an attack opportunity.
I killed his
yeah.
attack of opportunity.
Okay, I got you.
Now you're on my list, Graham.
Wait, why did you kill his attack of opportunity?
Because the
I
halfling
targeted
died,
the halfling.
and the halfling's the only one that I had within range.
And he's still in range.
He's also dead.
Oh no, don't. I don't know why you think that. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
not true.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Does it show you that
It
he's
says
dead
he's
somehow?
dead. Yeah,
Yeah.
It shows
his
him as
thing goes
gray.
to gray. Yeah.
Oh, weird.
Say if he's not, I'll change over. I would have liked to take the attack against the halfling.
Yeah, I suppose we wouldn't know for sure.
Oh, I see why it's telling you that. No, I mean you don't know that he's dead.
It's okay. Yeah, I'll guess I'll keep face and do it.
Okay.
Did that roll the
didn't.
D6?
no.
Wonder if it's not on there. Just roll that like that. I guess I was drop it on the halfling.
Did you roll it? Just roll it. I'll add it.
It was a 1.
Okay.
I'll add that in there. And that's my attack opportunity.
All right. So you went against the warg, but now you think you would have switched.
If he was alive, I would have felt that that's the bigger threat.
Okay. So that'll be a hit. Roll damage and I'll add it to him. And let me see if I can figure out why it's telling you guys that he's dead.
Were you targeting the warg there?
Dang it. Yeah, you'll need to add 20 hit points to that warg, Brandon. I'm sorry, I was still targeting him. Is there any way to make these blocks bigger? These? So like it shows everything?
Like individually.
Yeah.
The only way I can see is that you would have to expand the whole.
Well,
That doesn't even do
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't even do it there.
All right. So how much damage did you roll? 20?
20.
Okay. And that's everybody's attacks.
Yeah.
So the only way to do it is just expand it across the entire page so it's all on one line. Nope. Then it makes it big. Or, oh well.
From my perspective, it just looks like the warg floats away slowly.
Well, no, but he does tear out of there at extreme speed, holding. So as he passes Graham, you look at that halfling and you see that there's just no way he's still alive. Like no way he's taken such extreme damage. But also that sometimes in death, people grab on tightly, so he's still holding that stirrup and getting drug, and his head's bouncing, as he's getting dragged through the.
I've been through worse.
There's a chance that the dog will go around the corner and the armor will go off if he is dead. It's like the dog that played fetch at that flashbang. What was that from? Was that a movie or a video game?
All right. And so you hear them tearing off, and eventually, pretty quickly, you no longer even hear that sound. And then you've got silence in this section here again. What do you do?
I'll deactivate my haste boots and see if everybody's okay. Anybody hurt badly?
So, Graham, you go to deactivate your haste boots, and you wanted to deactivate yours?
Wait, see what happens to me.
No.
It's not like he'd know that.
Yeah, that's we typically I'd
Off reaction. I'm feeling something.
That click of the heels sounded weird.
I'm going to move up to the next corner and see if I can, what I can see down the next part of the hallway. Make sure there are no more enemies coming.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with Rohan.
Clicking it on, prime the explosives that were installed into our magic items.
Yeah, I'll move up
Clicking
there.
it off.
All right. So you do whatever process by which you deactivate your boots, and it works fine for you, Graham. But it doesn't work for you,
So they're still active.
Fenrith. Yeah, they're still active, and you had 7 rounds left, and so they're still active now. Fenrith, you did who to what? Or I mean, Rohan.
Fenrith or Casimir and I, we moved up to where the
Corner is.
where Ben's in the cave,
Okay.
just to make sure that there's nothing else coming towards us.
All right. Yeah. So you don't see anything. You do see the slick trail of blood trail
Okay.
of left behind by this halfling being dragged through there by the orc, but you don't see anybody coming.
Okay.
And so you've moved up to there, and then 42 seconds later, your boots should deactivate on their own,
Yeah, and I'll move
but they
up.
don't. So roll a will save now. So now you feel this.
Don't move next to me if you got will saves coming in.
You feel like the time comes when it should deactivate, and it doesn't, and you have to mentally focus to make them do so, right? And you get the sense as you're mentally contending with this that they're just going to keep drawing more of your life if you don't manage it, but you do manage it, and they shut off.
No, my spells end normally, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was gonna say that would kill me probably.
Yeah.
All right. So, you don't see anybody coming, and you get your.
But I'd like to make that known then, is we need to be careful with magic items because my boots wouldn't turn off. Felt like it was sucking out
I don't
my
think
life energy.
I don't have anything that I turn on.
Yeah.
You gotta turn them off after you shrink back down to regular size. That's probably what it is.
Makes sense.
It does make sense.
If you expand the person, you expand the time.
I see. And why did they drain my life force?
I can cast wands and scrolls. Don't argue with me.
But I mean, like the divine power ends,
Yeah.
and it doesn't cause any trouble.
You had credibility all the way up till the expands time.
It's an equation. It's got a balance on both ends.
That's why giants look so much older than us. They have more time.
18.
And they're not stupid. They just think slower.
So anyway, there you are.
Did my torch remain lit?
Oh yeah.
I'll go pick it up off the ground and join up with the rest of these guys.
So
Okay.
Well, at the very least, we have a nice solid blood trail to track that orc down with.
Yeah. So, do the honors, Rohan.
Yep.
Get back in marching order.
All right. So press on.
Yep. Following the blood trail. I guess there's no really other way to go.
Can't get away.
5, 4, 5.
oh no, I moved somebody else.
He's consumed Graham.
Graham's orbiting me now.
So you travel along then, and you don't. You see that blood trail
Okay.
that you're following. It's pretty easy to pick out for the next several hundred feet, and it continues to twist and turn. You got pretty good sense of direction, so you know that now you are headed in the right direction to pop out there into that canyon again. Although you can't really determine how long it'll be before that happens, but as you continue on, you reach the point where your stomach tells you that it would be about time to stop for lunch, and by then you don't see that blood trail anymore.
When did you lose the drag marks?
I didn't think I had.
Oh,
Well, I mean, I'm saying you lose them about noonish, or when your body tells you it's about noonish, because you start to get hungry, and it's around there that you realize that you're not seeing the blood or the drag marks anymore. There haven't been any other offshoots either.
Okay.
How much longer before we find them, Rohan?
Can I do a survival just to look for any kind of tracks or signs of something passing through here?
Yep. All right. So once you realize that you're not seeing it anymore, you go back to where you were, and with that survival, looking at the ground, you're able to deduce. You're able to read the signs of, based on the way that the blood pools up a little in this spot, and a footprint here, a paw print there. I mean, that this is likely the point at which the warg stopped, and then through some process adjusted how he was carrying that halfling.
Okay.
But at this point he'd been dragging him, but afterwards so you think he could be carrying him? He could have somehow managed to get him into the saddle, maybe.
But I'll mention that to the rest of them that the halfling's no longer being dragged. I don't know if the warg is carrying him in his mouth or what happened, but the trail will be slower going from here.
Yeah, and you also see that it's at this point that the way the dust is disturbed, in the way the blood is pulled, and then the paw prints in the blood, that it looks to you with that roll, you guess that this warg sat down momentarily to lick the blood from its paws before it started going again, because now there's no more blood on the ground.
Okay.
Do you see any signs of the warg prints, I guess, then?
Well, the ground is stony and...
Well, that's like a 40, isn't it?
It is pretty dusty, and that's helped you a bit. But also, you're starting to notice a breeze. So you notice that you're getting, by this breeze, that you're probably getting close to coming to the outside, but it's blowing inwards, and so it's disturbing the dust.
Yeah. Well, I'll suggest that we, have a walking lunch and try and catch up as we push on towards the exit. Right now, there's only one path it could take without being able to use that melding into stone that the elf used. What was
we know
that?
we didn't.
We don't.
Or it didn't. I don't know. I was saying that's exactly what it looked like, was meld into stone.
Yeah, you've seen Casimir do it. She stepped right out of the stone.
Yeah, ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Just walk into the stone.
But if the halfling and the warg could do that, then there's no way we could track them.
All right.
But I'll continue to keep an eye out for tracks as we make our way out of the cave.
Okay.
All right, so you're not going to stop. You're going to eat as you go.
That's my suggestion.
Yeah. All right, that sounds fine.
How many rations do you guys have?
And we didn't have a chance to stop by Cradle, did we?
No.
But didn't...
I create food and water when we need it, but we still have some rations.
I also have that ion stone. That's the one thing I do have that can activate. That basically works like a ring of sustenance.
Yeah.
Do you have it activated?
No.
Okay.
So we've got 10 days worth of rations for each of us.
I did always like those ion stones or the rings.
Yeah.
Just completely take food and water out of
Yep.
the picture.
Okay. Yeah, so you dig through there and you find those, and you're chomping into those and walking along, moving at a pretty good pace because the ground is, solid and pretty. It's getting to the point where it's pretty straight, and there's plenty of room. But 2 hours later, after you've long finished eating and you're moving along, the sound of the wind has been slowly increasing, and now it's pretty much a roar as it pours in, and you feel it blowing against you now pretty strongly, and now you can see a fading light up ahead.
So before we go out of here, I'd like to heal Casimir.
That was Graham.
Or, no, Casimir's 39 hit points down.
Yeah, but Graham, did you drink a potion?
I was trying to hide it.
Oh, did you erase your...
I thought we took all your potions away.
I don't have any left now.
Because you keep drinking them all.
Oh, did you drink all your potions?
Yeah, it's what he always does.
It just popped up in the chat, and I thought,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I thought,
That's why we can't give Graham heal potions. He drinks them for fun.
I needed it.
He's like, ooh, this tastes like blue. Dang it.
I thought Fenrith had targeted the wrong person, but no, it was Graham trying to sneak a potion.
All right. So
You have a problem, Graham.
I'll do a couple things here. Let's see. So I will.
Actually, I don't think I have that anymore. So I still have 10. Because I only had one, but I threw it on the ground last session. Dumped it on the ground. Because it was rotten.
Yeah.
Spoiled. What do the other potions look like now? Has anybody checked?
So,
I
well,
don't
we know that
really-
one of mine is bad. So I cast.
I'm still 10 down, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I did that not target Graham.
Yeah.
Dang it! No, it's still targeting Casimir. I don't know how to get spells back because you can't just uncheck it. It just rechecks if you. Because I can't yeah. You were supposed to get a +4 to your AC for.
What
It's
spell
like
are you trying to
hours.
uncheck?
It's my level 3 domain spell, Shield of Faith. I think it was.
All right, so
I need to remove the effect from Casimir too,
okay, I can do that, and then
as I want that to go on Graham because that lasts for.
Go into standard and uncheck it.
yeah.
Okay. Or I'm sorry, magic investment.
All right, let me do, since, you were like digging for food or whatever, looking through there, and just so we can get it out of the way, let me tell you which of your potions are no good. So, Graham, it shows you still have a potion to cure light wounds.
No,
Is that true?
I don't anymore. I dumped it on the ground when I
Okay.
was trying to.
Fenrith, it's showing you have a cure moderate wounds.
Yeah, to cure moderate. It was the Eagle Splendor. That's the one that was bad.
That's the one that's bad.
Yeah.
Casimir, it shows you have a cure light wounds.
Yep.
That one's good.
Okay.
And it shows you have a cure moderate.
No, it's a 0 next to it. I just didn't erase the.
It's not update automatically then. That's all the
so it's
potions.
1
it
hour
shows me you
level,
guys
so
have.
this will last for 10 hours at +4 to your AC.
All right.
It was,
What kind of bonus is it?
it's where were you? Enhancement bonus.
Yeah, anyway, so you get to that point now where the wind is roaring in and you can see that fading light up ahead, probably about 200 feet as it's getting on in the day.
Okay.
I'll add the effect to you. There you go. And then Casimir.
I guess I'll suggest they stay here while I range ahead just a bit. Maybe we should make camp here if the light's fading.
Okay. You want to go take a look?
Yeah, see if there's any kind of shelter we might be able to find once we get out of the cave. It didn't look like it from when I was up above before, but I don't know, maybe a little bit closer look this time.
All right. Yeah, so you step out there and you're once again back in it leads out into the wide canyon, 50 feet wide or so. It has the remnants of those arch formations here, but most of them have been destroyed or eroded. And much larger boulders litter the ground down here. Some are as big as like a home.
Okay.
But it extends to the north, for about maybe a quarter mile before it winds out of view. And it's probably about like 7 p.m. now.
Okay.
And you've got that sort of light where you based on your knowledge, the sun is down. What you're seeing now is just the last little bit, of light chasing the sun back out into the.
Okay. So I'll head back in.
Now, when you get out there, one thing you notice as well is that the wind is just screaming out there. So you can't hear anything but the wind.
Okay. But yeah, I'll head back inside. Tell them that the sun's gone down. We might as well make camp in here where we have some shelter.
Okay.
While I'm at the entrance to the cave, can I do a survival check? See if I catch any tracks or anything, or even the entire time that I'm walking.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your survival. We'll see if you find anything.
Can we do we do our brew potion option as well? Well, materials.
Oh,
See if we can
gather.
find anything. Yeah. I can't remember what we were calling it, but
Yeah, you can do that.
Or some animal leavings.
yes, that's what I needed for your cure potions.
We should have pried some teeth out of the she-elf. Probably use them for something.
Well, just got to go back and find them embedded everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah. That's actually a good idea. Maybe that's what we should do while we're
Sharpen our teeth.
no, resting on our laurels. Let's go pick through the the
The
leftovers.
scrap.
Well, it's been.
She exploded.
Well, she was mangled. Her armor's gone.
Yeah.
But that's like half a day back now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
All right. So what was your survival roll, Rohan?
29.
Okay.
What were we using survival for ours, Chris? Do you remember?
Spellcraft.
You do see sign of the warg exiting
Nope.
this tunnel.
Okay.
You know, because right to your left as you step out is canyon wall, right? So with the way the wind's blowing, dust has piled up here pretty deep, and there you can clearly see signs of the warg exiting the tunnel. And with that roll, you can see signs that warg had extra weight on him.
Okay.
Now out here, you estimate the wind probably at about 50 miles per hour.
Okay.
So
So that'd be a fairly serious, like,
yeah,
ocean storm.
it's
from
a severe
back when
wind.
we were-
You know this is the sort of wind where arrows aren't going to fly true, lanterns aren't going to stay lit very long. You don't know, but I mean, like Casimir, you can tell spells that have a oral component, they're going to have trouble. That sort of thing.
Okay. Yeah, I'll head back. I'll report what I found, that the work had passed that direction, but that there is a massive windstorm going on outside right now, and it would be best if we took shelter.
Yeah. Any tracks will probably be gone in the morning, too.
Yes, but he was following the course of the canyon, so we can at least take at least some understanding that he probably finished his way out of the canyon. Maybe we'll be able to pick his tracks up once we get on top.
All right.
All right, setting up camp. Okay. So this section here, it depends. I mean, do you want to go far enough back that you're not feeling the wind?
Probably not like all the way back to where there's no wind, but far
Okay.
enough back to where it won't affect us.
All right.
One or the other. No wind, full boat.
Yeah. So you move back a bit, and you find a place that's wide enough for you guys to set up camp. Now, what exactly do you want to do to set up camp? I mean, you obviously you don't have anything that can burn. Or
Yeah.
do you? Did you guys have firewood in that bag of holding?
Yeah, we do. But if we need it, I got my burning hands. Can use
Well,
unlimited.
we also have glowing armor if it's working at that time.
You want to
So,
cook something?
I think he's hinting at the fact that magic may disappear in the
Yeah.
night and leave
Yeah.
us in a pitch
Are we
black
doing
state.
just bedrolls, or are we doing tents, or what?
Like just bedrolls.
Yeah, probably just bedrolls. Probably don't want to go through a ton of or set up a ton of stuff in case we need to.
Well, it depends on how bad that wind is. But if it's not that bad, yeah, just bedrolls.
Yeah, you can get far enough in that it's not bothering you.
I'd say no fire. Keep a torch ready to go, type of thing, just in case magic items peter out on us, and then keep the glow suppressed unless you hear something. You okay over there, John?
Yeah. 'Cause, next time we set up, can we push the table a little bit further that way?
No.
Yes.
Well, I need room over this way, John. What the heck?
Well, I think I'm further back here because I.
Don't get greedy.
Maybe-
This
been
way
able
you
to-
look like a big kid at a little table.
Yeah. All right, so we've got 3 days left of firewood after tonight.
All right, and then watch order.
Is it still on the party sheet?
Maybe
Oh yeah. Okay.
party sheet.
Ah, the old gambling duo.
Ah,
What's the game tonight,
nice.
Finrith? Gotta wait till Casimir goes to sleep, then we can
Oh.
glow our weapons a little bit.
Casimir, what third level did you have left? Spells.
I think I basically got them all. Why?
I was gonna have you cast one into my armor.
Isn't it attacking spells only for our armor?
I'm not. Or was it the sword? What's the spell storing thing?
I thought it was with spells that with range of touch for the purposes of like
Yeah.
a reactionary damage on.
Did you have reduce person prepared yet?
No, I'll do that in the morning here. If you want, I got displacement, which is 3rd level, that you might want.
I have no idea what we had left in the ring when we left off last time.
If we haven't changed anything, Summon Monster, Obscuring Mist, Entangle, and Viz is what I got written down. Someone used Entangle. Was it you on that last fight? So, and I think you used the Obscuring Mist. So let me mark that.
So, yeah, touch and instant has to be a target of touch and a duration of instant.
Yeah, it's basically for damaging, isn't it?
No. I mean, there's a couple. I thought we had found one that was a defensive spell. Was it like Blur or something like that? I mean, I could.
Well, the duration of instant isn't Blur. That has a
that's
duration.
right. What was it though? That I'll have to look through again. Let's see.
Shield might. Well, no, it has a duration. So, yeah, it's basically combat spells, John.
Do you have any?
I got Fireball.
Well, I am
Let's see.
of the flame.
You'd
so-
have to wait till morning. But no, I don't have any 3rd level ones that would probably work for you.
Let's see.
So what is it, Travis? You want reduced person
Yeah, what level is it?
for 1?
And what level is that other one you were talking about?
3.
So that leaves us a level left.
Do you want me to read what you have on the ring again?
No, I remember it.
Okay. Well,
Just trying to figure out which one I liked best.
you'd have to drop, was it 2 more off the ring?
Well, let's drop Obscuring Mist.
It was already dropped from the
From the last time.
fight, yeah.
So then we had...
Entangle and Viz and Summon Monster.
All right, well, let's get rid of the...
I guess you'd only have to drop 1. Yeah, 3.
Let's get rid of the Entangle. I feel like we have a lot of options with that one.
All right, so you're down to 2 slots. So if you want reduced person and displacement, you need 1 more.
Oh yeah, that's what we had realized. Huh?
Okay,
It's,
drop summon monster as well.
Now, do you want to write down or
Yeah,
keep track
I'll
of it
write
from
it.
here? All right, so you got Invis times 1 right now.
Never mind on that. As I remember, I had thought that I couldn't do like the cause harm or cause wounds because I thought they had the evil, but they were just necromancy. So
All right,
I'll prepare one of those and drop it in there.
put 1 in my armor.
Yeah, it's a 3d8 plus 9.
Yeah,
So
because I don't got any 3rd level spells. I guess I got Shocking Grass. That might do a bit these days if I prepare it.
that was, let's see. I'm going through, so I can put a cure in yours too if you want Cure Serious. It's a 3d8 plus 9 as well, just healing instead.
Yeah, mine specifically says on my attacker for the spell storing armor.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, I see it there. Yeah, when struck in combat, you may immediately cast that spell on your attacker. Okay.
Anybody save that link to the effects list that Brandon shared?
Yeah.
I forgot to.
All right. So Graham takes first watch.
I believe Fenrith and I do it together.
Yeah.
Graham and Fenrith, Rowan and Casimir. Okay. And you're still going to do it that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go, Travis.
All right. So what have you guys been doing?
Well, we
Are
went.
you
we
casting
were
spells or
gathering.
you using items?
No, right now we're discussing what we're preparing
Okay.
Yeah.
in the morning, but
All
we
right.
don't touch anything yet, guys.
Don't do it without me. All right. So your watch. How do you guys want to pass the time?
Well,
I'll suggest the slight rule breaking, but I will, of course, defer to Fenrith's wisdom.
rule breaking, like what?
Cards by Weapon Light. Very romantic.
We could do that, or let's see. If you want, I could use some of my spiritual weapon, and you can fight it.
Yeah, that sounds like a
I do not want.
better waste of time.
Okay. So, yeah, I'd be all right with that, except that I'm going to cast darkness on. No, in between us and them, right?
Okay.
It was, that way we can
He'll
just
never
go
know.
full light. Just pull your torch out.
You're better off with Obscure and Mist.
Yeah, I don't have that prepared
All
though.
right. So cards.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get Well, I'll do it myself.
It would be a bad. So I'll do that between like us and them, and then I'll cast silence over them too.
It's gonna be a repeat of the cat again.
Except that now you guys won't be able to see or hear anything to actually wake up.
I'll just get dragged off into the cave again, and
How much is your inflict?
3d8 plus 9.
That plus 9 is what does it. Oh, the shocking grasp was just d6, so it's like 5d6 right now. With that base of 9, that's pretty dang good.
Yeah, it's up to a maximum of plus 15, man.
All right, so you guys are on watch and you're playing cards, and Graham, you're doing. I mean, you're winning whatever card game you're playing. You seem to be winning, but increasingly it becomes difficult for you to focus on the game. But it doesn't matter because every time you snap back, you're still winning. So you're sort of playing on autopilot. But while you're playing, you keep getting these visions that flash through your head. And they start because just about the time that Rohan and Casimir fall asleep, Bloodtooth starts grumbling in your mind and muttering. And you're like paying attention, trying to pick out what he's saying. And the longer you listen, the more you assured you become that you're actually hearing more than one voice in there.
He's arguing.
Like you hear for sure what you recognize as Bloodtooth, but you also hear another voice in there somewhere. And they do seem to be arguing with each other, but you can't pick out any words, and he doesn't pay any attention when you try to get his attention. So you're playing this game, but you keep focusing on this, and then suddenly you start to, like, you blink, and you find yourself standing in a room very high up somewhere, like in a castle, and you've got your hands on the sill of this window that looks out over a big city, and you look upwards towards the sky, and you see something that like shocks you because you've looked up to the sky every night just like everybody else, and you know what it's supposed to look like, especially the moon. But when you look up in the sky now, the moon looks way different. It's enormous. And so you're standing there staring at this when you realize the colors are wrong as well. And it takes a moment, but you eventually realize you're not looking at the moon at all. And you're out in your own body. You can tell that just looking at your hands. I mean, they're much bigger, and then you follow up your arms, and they're much longer, more muscular. And that's the same thing you see looking at your chest is right. Like if someone took an elf and formed him perfectly and made him twice the size, right? So you recognize you're not in your own body, and you look back up at that where the moon should be. That's not the moon, and some of the knowledge possessed by whatever body this is sort of bleeds into your own, and you recognize that it's not the moon, you're on the moon, right? And for Graham's mind, this is a little too heavy to think about, right? Like, it's too much of an idea that people would live on the moon. That's not what it's for, right? People are supposed to live on the planet. But nevertheless, with the knowledge bleeding into your mind, you realize that you're on the moon, and people live in both places, and you're in this massive, majestic castle, and you turn around and you see an enormous room with unimaginable wealth, artwork on the walls, and a bed that, would have taken 20 craftsmen a year to create, paintings and carvings, gold and silver everywhere. And you don't understand wealth in terms like this as Graham, but whoever's mind you're inhabiting certainly does, and you get the sense of it. And this is the sort of wealth where if you could attribute a value to lives, like your whole village could be bought and sold for, just the contents on a small writing table in this room. And that's when you start to gather more and begin to understand whose mind you're in. And like the details come flashing through that this is you're in the mind of a silver dragon, right? And you don't know anything about silver dragons except now you do. And you know that they really like to take, mortal, not mortal, but the form of elves or humans or whatever. And some of them will live their whole lives that way, with hardly ever in their true dragon form, right? It's just what they like to do, and that's whose mind you're in. And more information flashes through just at the speed of light, and somehow you manage to parse it so that you feel almost like you're remembering your own memories rather than viewing someone else's. But you're in the body of the ruler of a kingdom, a vast kingdom, and he has everything he could ever want. And his people don't know that he's a dragon, but he's a good ruler and a good person, right? And he's got some problem that's nagging at him. You get the sense of a dark cloud approaching from the west, and you understand that it means a war is about to take place, and that this ruler is he's upset about that and depressed about what it's going to mean for his people, even though he expects that he'll be victorious. And the idea that he wouldn't be has never even crossed his mind. So you're there riding in there, and in your mind, if there's a contest about to take place, then the fact that you could lose is always in there. But in his, it's never, like, he literally has never considered that he might lose this battle. But he knows lives will be lost, and he's sad about that. And then you see a flash in your back playing cards with Fenrith. You have no idea what it meant. But Bloodtooth and the other voice have gone silent in your mind. Although you can still feel them there.
So what did this look like from Fenrith's perspective?
Yeah. Fenrith, do a sense motive. No.
I'm too upset because I'm always losing.
No, he didn't
I don't
notice.
lose very graciously.
No. To him, you're just playing and beating him at this card game. All right. Now, I kind of got out of order. So Rohan and Casimir, you guys lay down. You want to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Let's
roll a will save for it. As it turns out, when you go to lay down, okay. When you go to lay down, Casimir, well, both of you notice, wow, millions of needles are jabbed into my body to power my magic arms and armor. I can't sleep.
Wow.
Rohan's able to do it. He's able to do a breathing exercise, and he falls asleep somehow, but you can't. So you hear these guys playing their card game. They're not being loud, but you're at that point where you're so fatigued that anything in existence is blamed for you not going to sleep.
Yeah,
and causes you anger. But you're just, there's no way to roll or twist or turn to take this jabbing pain out of just about every section of your body.
I guess I'll try removing the various magical equipments I have.
Okay.
Does that take care of it?
Well, yeah. So that's like you go to start removing that, and that presents its own problem.
Okay.
Right. Like it's stuck to you. So now you're at that point where the fish hook's in your hand, and how much damage is it going to do if I yank this out? So it's up to you. It's not going to go easy. You get that sense that you're going to have to actually strength it off of you. You might need help even to get it off. And for certain, you think it's going to do some damage when it comes off.
I think I'll just sigh and just kind of sit there and fume for a bit. Yeah.
This is something Casimir overhears. Hey, Fenris, you ever feel like you are a dragon who lives on the moon sometimes?
So, I'll look up from my cards and, remembering that I'm speaking to Graham. So, yes, Graham, I think we all do.
In the distance.
Well, no, as Graham says that to you, Fenrith, you look up at him, and suddenly your vision flashes white, and that's where we'll stop for tonight.
All right.
But you die.
Oh, man.
Just
so
Fenrith,
it's
right?
the way. At least I'm going to meet my God.
God doesn't exist here, though.
Yeah.
Hey, don't say that.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.